We're gonna go ahead and rotate right. There's 3 people pushing this tier.
Let's make it explosive.
We throw out R2. We get body blocked and miss R1. We're gonna go ahead and use our ultimate. Get some good damage onto this Anubis. We can't see because of the trees. We're able to get the pick onto him. We're gonna rotate up. We're gonna dash up with our 3. Hit the Mercury with the 1, throw out our 2, and we're able to get a double kill. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy Shawnee B Gaming, and today we're going to be playing the Experi-mental Baba Yaga skin in mid. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intentions of seeing what went right, what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If there is something that we learn together, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you are a returning viewer, this skin is from the Dawn of Babylon event. I think Baba Yaga is a little underwhelming. I think she can be good in certain team comps and if you play super safe, but I don't think you're going to be super aggressive, always winning games with her. With that said, let's go ahead and jump into Baba Yaga's kit. Baba Yaga's 1, Wild Witchcraft. Baba Yaga throws forward magic imbued with chaotic qualities. The magic will travel in the path of a random shape, left corner, right corner, split, or oval, and leave behind a random magical field on the ground it flew over for 4 seconds. The field can boost friendly protections, boost friendly movement speed, lower enemy movement speed, or silence enemies. The protection gained for allies is going to be 15 at level 1, 35 at level 5 for 1 second. The movement speed increase is going to be 20% at level 1, 30% at level 5, and the slow on enemies is going to be 20% at level 1, 30% at level 5 for 1 second. Baba Yaga's 2, Baba's Brew. Baba Yaga throws together random ingredients to brew a potion. Each Eye of Newt, which is red, increases the potion's damage by 7.5%. Each Dragon Scale, which is blue, adds a 12.5 slow to enemies hit for 2.5 seconds. Each Wolf's Tooth, which is green, adds a 7.5 attack speed slow and power reduction to enemies hit for 5 seconds. Baba Yaga can store a single potion in her consumable slot. She can pull it out and throw it at any time. The ingredient count is going to be 3 at levels 1 and 2, 4 at levels 3 and 4, and 5 at level 5. Baba Yaga's 3, Blast Off. Baba Yaga crawls inside her mortar for protection. While inside the mortar, she gains damage mitigation, knockup protection, and she begins to build up explosive magic. After 1 second, the magic explodes, launching Baba Yaga and her mortar in the direction she is facing. Enemies near the mortar, when it explodes, will take damage. The damage mitigation is 25% at level 1, 35% at level 5. Baba Yaga's ultimate, Home Sweet Home. Baba Yaga calls down her cabin, causing it to crash onto her, launching nearby enemies away. Baba Yaga commands the cabin for up to 8 seconds, using it as a protective shield to create and throw 4 Witchfire bolts from inside. When the thrown Witchfire lands, it explodes, dealing damage to the enemy in the area while leaving behind a creeping path of fire as it chases nearby enemies. Enemies caught in the creeping fire take burn damage every 0.4 seconds. The shield health is going to be 160 at level 1, 440 at level 5, and finally, Baba Yaga's passive, Creeping Cabin. Baba Yaga's cabin accumulates up to 100 essence over time when it moves, and if an enemy god gets too close. Baba Yaga can approach the cabin to use the essence to gain evolving item stacks. Items with a low stack count take more energy. If Baba Yaga has no stacking items, this essence heals Baba Yaga for 0.8% of her maximum health per tick. In terms of the leveling order, at level 1, we want to put a point to our 1, level 2, put a point to our 2, level 3, put a point to our 3, level 4, put another point into our 1. We want to max out our ultimate whenever we can, max out our 1, max out our 2, max out our 3. If you notice at the start of this game, I was running around the jungle instead of just sitting at red trying to stack up my cabin. We're going to go ahead and start working on our boots since we're out of mana. We started with Conduit Gem and Tier 1 of Spear of Desolation. Conduit Gem is going to provide us 25 magical power and 10 MP5. It has a passive that every second you gain a stack of arcane energy, causing your next damaging ability to deal an additional 2 true damage and remove all stacks. So true damage will affect the enemy if the enemy has a ton of protection. So let's just say that Mercury has 60 magical protections. If we have full stacks, we're still going to deal the 40 true damage. If an enemy has damage mitigation from Oni's guard, then that will affect the true damage, but protections do not affect true damage. We're going against the Baron, so we want to try to avoid his heals as often as possible. We use our 3. We do have our ultimate if we get in trouble here. If we take a look at our passive icon, if we see the shape, that's a left corner, meaning it's going to shoot straight and then veer left. You can check the shape and then the magical effect right above the cabin on the passive icon. Right now we have 0 essence in our cabin. We're going to go ahead and use our 3 to get away. 2 people on mid, some Mercury v Mercury in the jungle.
Your right tower is under attack.
So right now, since we have 2 open consumable spots, we can activate our 2 and store a potion. In terms of which shapes are the best, I think that the split is the best shape. The one that shoots straight and then shoots forward even further, going left and right. I think the worst shape is the oval. I think the best magical effect is the silence, which is purple. And then the worst is probably increased protections, because you only gain increased protections for 1 second. I think if they were going to buff Baba Yaga, her 1 is a great place to do it. All of the effects only last for 1 second. If they were to increase these to 2 or 3 seconds, I think it would make playing Baba Yaga and using her 1 a little bit more impactful. That's just my opinion though. Her 2 has some good timers on it. So the green, which will reduce the enemy's attack speed and power, that lasts for 5 seconds. That's meaningful, that's impactful. The slow, I believe, lasts for 2 seconds, maybe even 3. That's impactful. But having our 1 only last for 1 second, it's not that impactful. We picked up the cooldown boots. We're going to try to get some cooldown online. We can heal off of our cabin, so we're not too concerned about lifesteal. We are going to pick some up later on in the build. I feel like early game with Baba Yaga, it's all about just surviving. You're not really going to be super aggressive trying to get picks. Or at least I wasn't this game. If our jungler was to approach the Baron, we might ult, try to get our damage off, kind of dump our kit onto the Baron. But without our jungler, I don't think we really have kill potential. Not yet, at least. So if we take a look at our passive again, whenever we make a potion, it's going to appear in the little window of the cabin on our passive. And then it's going to have the ingredients below it. That last potion that we made was 3 red, meaning it was going to deal 3 times 7.5 additional damage. This Baron's getting a lot of heals off of us.
Be careful in the jungle. Out of mana. Your right tower.
Enemy Mercury's nearby. We're going to try to help our Mercury out.
Be careful in the jungle. Enemy missing left.
Right now the mid wave is attacking each other, so we are missing out on a little bit of golden XP. But we did want to rotate and try to help our Mercury out. Mercury's going to drop a red. We're going to go and clear the wave.
Enemy ultimate down.
Let's make it
This Baron's kind of low on mana. If we were going to do something, now might be the time. We prevent his back with a nice split. We're going to throw our potion, get some good damage on him. He's pretty darn weak, but he's under tower. So there's not too much we're going to be able to do while we're on cooldown.
mystery is magic.
We tag him with the oval. We're going to go ahead and fall back. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate to avoid his ultimate. Throw our fire bolts. Unfortunately, it was not enough to connect. And I felt like there's this weird delay. As soon as I ulted, I tried to fire, and it didn't quite fire the first time. I know this was an issue that they had to fix with Baba Yaga in the past. However, it still feels a little wonky.
An enemy has been slain.
Your left tower is under attack.
We almost have enough money for the tier 3 of Spear of Desolation. We heard a Mercury and we're like, oh no, Mercury's gonna gank us, but it was our Mercury.
I'm going for jungle buff.
We're gonna go ahead and rotate to our red buff with our Mercury. Just keep farming. This Baron's got about a half a level on us. Right now he's level 10. And Mercury completely left us, so we are gonna lose a lot of health to this camp. We're gonna go to back because we do not have the health to do anything else, and we do have enough money for Spear of Desolation. Spear of Desolation is going to provide us 110 magical power, 10 flat penetration, and 10% cooldown reduction.
Your middle tower is under
It
attack.
has a passive that whenever we get a kill or an assist on an enemy god, we're going to reduce the cooldown of our ultimate by 8 seconds, and reduce the cooldown of all of our other abilities by 2 seconds.
Enemy missing middle.
This is going to put us at 20% cooldown reduction, which is going to be very helpful.
Help!
We're going to go ahead and rotate left.
On my way. Any
Baron
middle
rotated when we were backing, so we didn't really have the opportunity to call that he was missing. It's a 3 or 4 v1 whenever I rotate over, so that's a bad fight. We're actually just going to rotate back mid. They are on Gold Fury. Baron Zombies here. We're going to use our 3. We still get tagged by his 2. Mercury's here. We're going to cast our 1. They backed off the Gold Fury, which is the smart thing to do. We're going to throw out our 2. No sound audio for that it landed. Mercury ults in. We're going to push up a little bit. 2 people very weak. Mercury's able to get the pick onto the Hachiman.
on my way. Ultimate is down. Careful in the
We get a little bit of damage onto the Baron. Our Mercury's still going deep after the enemy Achilles. And we're able to clean him up with the right corner. We're going to go ahead and rotate back to the lane.
Trial and error.
I feel like Baba Yaga is definitely a backline mage. You want to hang out in the back, really not get into the front line unless you really need to. And if you do get stuck in the front line, you can use your 3 and your ultimate to try to get out or to be super aggressive. So right now we have the enhanced red buff. The enhanced red buff is also going to provide us with some magical lifesteal. The regular red buff is just going to increase our damage. The reason we went into Spear of Desolation instead of going into a stacking item is because Spear of Desolation is going to give us some cooldown. It's going to allow us to use our abilities more often with passive, and it's just going to add a little extra oomph in the early game.
enemy missing middle.
Now that we have Ares with us, we feel secure going into jungle and trying to get some camps.
Missing right. Be right back.
We tag him with the split. Tag him with the split again.
Let's make it explosive.
Right now we have a potion stored, and we're kind of saving that as a backup.
Ultimate is ready. Ultimate is ready.
Enemy missing right.
We're trying to get Ares to use his ultimate. Oh, those dukes.
Enemies in middle lane.
Enemy missing right.
I feel like Baba Yaga has an audio glitch on her too. If you're not facing her too, when it explodes, you don't hear it. I hope it's just an audio cue and like it doesn't disappear. We're gonna use our bees right here. We're gonna use our 3. We're gonna fall back. We do have our ultimate if we get into trouble.
Gank left lane.
Ares uses his ultimate. We're gonna go ahead and use our ultimate. We're gonna start casting our fireballs, going for the Achilles. We're able to get the pick onto the Achilles. We're probably not gonna chase that Baron into the jungle. Ares is able to get the pick onto Baron. Good turnaround from our team. Right there, when Ares ulted, we had an oval, which is probably the worst shape you could have. I think we got a little bit of damage off. Luckily, we were able to clean him up with our ultimate. We got through our potion, pull out our other potion, and pick up our red buff and back. We're going to be going into Warlock Staff. Warlock Staff is going to provide us 85 magical power, 150 health, 200 mana, and 10% magical penetration. It has a passive that you permanently gain 1 health and 0.8 magical power per stack. You can receive up to 75 stacks. You can gain a stack by getting a kill on a minion, or 5 for getting a kill on an enemy god. Once Warlock Staff is fully evolved, the magical power is going to go from 85 to 145, and the health is going to go from 150 to 225.
Chemistry is magic.
Ares uses his ultimate. We have an oval again. Achilles and Baron both use their ultimate to avoid the Ares ultimate.
Enemy missing right. Careful middle.
Okay, I'm on it.
Gold Fury is up. That is something our team could rotate to. It is an Oni Fury, so we definitely want to make a play for it at some point.
Okay,
Looks like we're going for it now. Achilles is here. I'm gonna go ahead and use our ultimate, start casting some Witch Fire bolts. Getting some good damage off. Mercury misses his ultimate. We're gonna throw out our 1. We're able to get the pick onto the Baron.
attack the Gold Fury.
Mercury's in a little bit of trouble. We miss our oval. Ares is able to get the pick onto Achilles. Ares is able to get a double kill. So when Baba Yaga casts her 1, and it's anything but the oval, so it's a left corner, right corner, or a split, it's actually going to deal damage twice. So right on the corner or right on the split, it's going to deal a second round of damage. I think that's how we were able to get the pick onto the Baron in the last play. We're able to secure the Oni Fury. That's going to spawn an enhanced minion wave in each lane. The enhanced minion wave is going to have extra protections and extra damage, so it should be able to destroy the enemy minion wave with ease and push up each lane. We're going to go ahead and rotate to our red buff. We're kind of, ooh, they took our red buff. We're kind of just passively using our passive. As we move around, it's moving around, gaining essence. We're going to go ahead and rotate over to the right lane, try to help this tier out. We're going to cast our 1. We get some good damage, and Mercury's able to clean them up. So we have a little bit of essence.
Let's make it explode.
In the early game, we were using our essence to gain some health back. Now that we're stacking, we're going to use it to gain some stacks. We're going to go ahead and dash up. We're playing this super aggressive. We're going to use our ultimate. We're going for the Baron. We're going to throw out our firebolts.
been slain. They ain't stealing any bases today.
Our whole team's here. We should push this tower. Maybe push another tower as well.
Double play. You're batting around.
Oh, Anubis. That was very, very risky. We're able to clean up the Anubis. We have Warlock staff fully stacked. We use our beads. We're able to clean up the Mercury with our 2.
Keep up the hit streak.
Ready to go ahead and fall back right here. Use our 3 to get away. Get a little bit of damage as well.
I'm on it. Oh yeah!
We are pretty low on mana and health, so we're going to go ahead and just back right here.
Follow my lead.
Our red buff was dropped, so we're going to miss out on that. Next, we'll be picking up the Book of Thoth. The Book of Thoth is going to provide us 80 magical power, 250 mana, and 15 MP5. It has a passive, you're permanently going to gain 10 mana per stack. It has a passive, you've permanently gained 10 mana per stack, and it can stack up to 75 times. 6% of your mana from items is going to be converted into magical power. At 75 stacks, this item evolves, gaining an additional 3% extra mana to power conversion. So at full stacks, the mana is going to go from 250 to 1000, and then 9% of that is going to be converted into power. So that's going to be an additional 90 power once it's fully stacked, bringing it up to 170 power.
Be careful in the jungle. Your left tower is under attack.
We don't really have mana on any of our other items that we're building, but the 170 power from a single item is pretty huge.
Enemy missing middle. Cancel that.
What's it gonna be today?
Enemies in middle lane. Enemies in the right jungle. Your left tower is under attack. Enemy missing on my way.
We're going to go ahead and rotate right. There's 3 people pushing this tier.
Let's make it explosive!
We throw out our 2.
Ultimate down.
We get body blocked and miss our 1. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate.
Enemy has been slain.
Get some good damage onto this Anubis. We can't see because of the trees. We're able to get the pick onto him. We're going to rotate up.
My way.
We're going to dash up with our 3. Hit the Mercury with the 1. Throw out our 2. And we're able to get a double kill. Hachiman goes down.
Having my perfect
Achilles is here. We're going to go ahead. Just get some basics on him. Throw out our 1. Unfortunately it misses. We're going to throw out our 2. We're able to connect. Use our 3 to get a little bit more damage onto him.
What's it gonna be today?
Hit him with the 1. He's pretty tanky. We're not dealing a whole lot of damage to him. Danes of always able to push to the left Phoenix.
Retreat.
Retreat. Attack fire giant. Attack fire giant.
Chemistry is
This Achilles is still wanting to tussle.
Attack fire giant.
We probably could have gotten the mid Phoenix right there, instead of tussling with Achilles over in solo.
I'll attack.
what's it gonna be today?
Enemy missing.
We're in a position on our side of the fire giant. We are able to secure it.
Your team has destroyed a right.
Trial and error.
We just hit level 20.
Be right back.
We're going to go ahead and back, and we're going to be picking up Soul Gem. Soul Gem is going to provide us 80 magical power, 150 health, 12% lifesteal, and 10% cooldown reduction. It has a passive that on successful hits of an ability, you're going to gain 1 stack. At 4 stacks, your next ability that damages an enemy god will deal bonus damage equal to 30% of your magical power to each god it hits, and it will heal yourself and allies within 20 units for 40% of your magical power. It will also consume the 4 stacks.
Keep up the
So that's going to put us at 30% cooldown reduction, and it's also going to give us a little bit of lifesteal.
Group up. Attack middle lane. I'm on it.
On my way.
I have an idea.
For each structure still up on the map, the Titan is going to gain additional protections. So they have a tower and a Phoenix over in right. So even if we get the middle Phoenix right here, the Titan's going to be a little bit tanky. That's a beads and an ultimate on the enemy team. We're going to go cast our wand, get some good damage. Dance of War is able to clean up the Baron Somdi. We have a potion in reserve. And Mercury tries to go through the door. We miss our 1, we miss both 2s. We're going to use our 3. Tyr knocks up the Mercury, so he's unable to use his ultimate. That's a blank. And we're able to clean him up with our 2.
Your team has
We're
destroyed
going to go ahead and rotate towards the middle Phoenix. They only have 2 people up. We might be able to end this. They only have 1 person up. We should be able to end this.
that will buy.
Why did you join me?
We're going to focus the Titan, use our ultimate, and we're able to secure the W. Well, if you enjoyed this game, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That really helps these videos out. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.